Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. A man simply needs bait and conversation to meet women. And bait, very simple, is, okay, what is it about you that's attractive, that will catch her eye? And conversation is simply talking to her. Now, see, one of the issues is many men make this more complicated than it is. Or they don't see the whole picture. Like, you get some guys, they might think, oh, it's just your face, it's just your face. No, that's a part of it, but women look at everything. Like, a man could have like a so-called like square jaw and, you know, all the stuff they talking about, the eyes and everything, but his hair is messed up. He don't get that nice line up. You know, his beard is scraggly, all of that. Shoot, his teeth could be looking jacked up. It's so many things. And then what kind of clothes is he wearing? Are the clothes fitting him, or are they too small for them, for him? Does he, what kind of shoes is he wearing? Because women look at all of that. That's your bait. See, you got to have something to catch a woman's eye first. I don't care what you got. I mean, yeah, you can have some physicality. Like, that's part of body game. You can have muscles and everything, but yeah, you know, even if you don't, what else you got to catch her eye? You know? Indeed, you know, of course, if you tall, okay, you tall, okay. Is your hair right? Is your beard right? You know, is your posture right? See, women looking at all that, but all that is bait. Think of bait is, okay, what's drawing her attention? Because any woman, if she's out and about, she's seeing, like, she could be seeing hundreds, depending on where she at, maybe thousands of men a day, depending on what she do. And then even some people will talk about social, online dating and stuff. And they say, hey, Rom, everything's online. Okay, you especially have to have bait there. In fact, your bait got to be extraordinary. You can't just be, you got to be fixed up. Because women, they taking like a second to look at your pic. And if you shoot, you could probably be somebody who could rock her world or something, but you got a grainy pic. The pic isn't good. Which, incidentally, if you're going to do online dating, it'd be worth it to like pay a professional photographer. Not just do selfies, get a professional photographer, okay? If you're going to do that. But because that's how good your stuff has to be. They making that decision. When you in the world, whether, okay, if you're talking about choosing signals, they only going to choose a man they find they like his appearance. They only going to look at a man they like his appearance. And then if you're talking about cold approach, well, she going to look at you, she going to look you up right there and be like, yeah, hey, okay, let's talk. Or like, oh, I have a boyfriend. So that's the bait right there. So you want to have that bait. You know, you got to fix up. I've been saying that. You got to let the barber bless you. You know, you got to make sure that beard is lined up, you know? And of course, some guys will just say, well, I saw with a guy and he didn't have it lined up or anything like that. Okay, is that working for you? Like, let me be clear on that. No matter what works for somebody else, you got to ask yourself, is what you doing working for you? Are women checking you out? Are they giving you choosing signals? Or if you approach, are they being responsive? Okay, you got to change something, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to check you out from head to toe. Are your shoes right? Are your clothes matching? Are they fitting right? You know, and it's a very basic thing. What's your presentation? Very basic, very, very basic. And yeah, there's some guys who don't have to fix up, do all that, but even they got something. And all that really is, the women just like whatever they presenting. That particular woman likes what that particular guy's presenting. And because you don't know where it was presented. Really, environment should be brought in there too, but a lot of guys, they can get in the environment with a bunch of women, but their bait ain't together. See, the thing with a good bait, you can use it any place. You can be on the job, get the attention of some women. You can be at some department store. You can be in the mall. You could be at some festival. You can be at the gym. If you got good bait to draw their attention, boom. So that's one right there. Next thing is this conversation. I'm gonna keep saying conversation. I'm gonna stay on conversation. You gotta talk to them. I don't care what your bait is. You still gotta talk to them. The woman ain't gonna just look at you, or even if you got a sign up that says you got $1 million in your bank account, y'all still got to talk. Because see, the bait draws their attention. The conversation hooks them. It's just like you fishing. You know, you got that worm or whatever you're going to put on that hook. But then when they bite, the hook gets them. See, the hook is the conversation. So it's like you meet a woman, okay, what you going to say? You approach her, what you going to do? You think you're all fine, what you going to do? Just walk in front of her and just stand there? I'm serious, you cold approach her, you just going to stand there? Shit. Come on, tell me when that's worked. And even if it's a choosing signal thing, or let's say she approaches you, then what? What do I say? I've said this concept. What do women always say when, they think a guy look good, but he's not talking about anything, or his conversation is whack. He looked good till he opened his mouth. In fact, a lot of men, the conversation part is so good. It's so necessary. Many men actually lose out because they got a whack conversation. And let me be clear, I ain't saying some mouthpiece, you talking all slick, got that like smooth thing. It helps if you do, but shoot, to be real, a lot of women, you can get their attention just by talking, regular conversation. But see, and that's important because a lot of guys don't. If you ask a lot of guys, how often do you have just to sit down and have a regular conversation with a woman? They'll say no. You know? And when I say it, because it's deeper than some magic words, it's reading the cues. Because some guys will talk, you get a lot of guys and they'll call themselves players. They think they players, but they'll say something that annoys the woman. They're not paying attention to the social cues. Because communication is more than just the words, it's body language, it's paying attention. It's like, is she smiling while you're talking? Is she looking at you? You know? You pay attention to all of that. You know, how's she looking at you? What's her body language? You know, that's communication. You know, so the thing is, what any man would simply need to first work on his appearance. First work on his appearance. I always promote body game, but that's just the base. You know, really look at your clothing. You might need to change your clothing. You might need to change your haircut. Now, all those aren't magic that the woman's all of a sudden going to fall in love. That's just going to get her over there. That's just going to get her over there, however you chose to approach her. And yeah, you could put more into it just having the balls to approach her, but you still need to have bait no matter what you do. Because she's going to look you up and down. Even if you say, well, I'm just going to be online. Well, you better have super bait then. You're going to have super bait then. Because that ain't even 3 seconds. It's like, you know, that's how it is. Because actually, it's actually better if you meet women publicly. In fact, I'm going to talk about that next week. But anyway, for now, though, work on your bait. Work on how your clothes. Your clothes should fit you well. That really outlines your figure because you've been doing body game. If you listen to me, you hitting the gym and do so. So you shouldn't have anything too tight or too small. Too tight or small or too big. Everything should fit on you perfectly, like your fit. In fact, women will say great fit. So your clothing, definitely, let the barber bless you. Let the barber bless you, and shoot, they can hook up your beard and everything. Make sure, just fix yourself up as best as possible. Even if you gotta wear glasses, have some nice frames. Definitely your shoes, everything should match. It should fit you, and it should reflect your signature style. That's your bait. Not just your body, but your whole presentation. Like the woman, she's taking a look, it's like a snapshot. All right, boom. All right. So however you choosing signals or approach, you gotta approach. Look, let's just be real. Most of the time, most men, 95% of men gotta approach the woman, whether it's choosing signals or cold approach. 95%, probably more, even more than that, whatever the case. The men who don't have to approach at all, and even they need to have great bait and conversation regardless. So no matter what, you can't get past the bait part. and then the conversation. You still got to talk to them. It's basic. It's basic. Focus on that. Like I said, and I know somebody will say, well, how do I do that? Practice saying hi to 3 women a day and build from there. Okay, it's not difficult. All right, and it's not magic. And if you got issues that prevent you from developing your presentation, because you do have image consultants, or your conversation, then you need to do what it takes to work on those things. Okay? So anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.